So, question number 8. If the rumors are true, how do you feel about Sly killing Rambo off in the 5th movie? Brent writes, I really don't like the idea of Sly having Rambo die. For him to get killed by some drug cartel thugs after surviving battles against the very best soldiers the rest of the world had to offer would be an insult to Rambo. Despite the nobility and courageousness of what Rambo does in the course of the movie, the only way it would really be acceptable is if Rambo has already killed every other single cartel member and those affiliated with them, so that he has completely wiped them out and attained retribution for all the innocents that they killed over the decades. I just hope that Sly does it right whenever he decides. So very true. So very true. Because this is like one of those really touchy subjects. You know, like I've been watching a couple of interviews, you know, about them saying like an aging Sly. Like on Slycast last, you know, on the Cobra episode of Slycast. Rambo, more than Rocky, is a character who we can see age. You know, Rocky, okay, it's hard to bring Rocky. The only really way to bring Rocky more out is to either have him fighting in the streets, a street fighter, you know, totally unprofessionalized, or have him as a trainer, or maybe just as he is, but fighting, you know, fighting terms of coming to the end of his life. Where Rambo is concerned, it's kind of Clint Eastwood, like they were saying on Slycast, you know, like Jeff and Craig and Jeff were saying, you can have that kind of character age. You know, he can do more things. It's that dirty, hairy element. So, you know, I wouldn't really want to see Rambo die either. I think what makes this movie more curious for me is that the way they finished it off last time, you know, that was a really fitting end. So I'm curious because they are kind of pushing the death of Rambo. I'm also curious because they have many other synopsises that are rumored to be starting to get fused together for the new movie, including the Savage Hunt. So, in my eyes, you know, it's not. I'm curious because I want to see how they're going to do it, and even like the only way they can do it is so poetic, you know, and so eloquent. But it's just hard. It's a hard thing because it's really a touchy subject. Like, I don't think even if they do it the best way, it's always not going to be the best way to someone. Someone's always going to have a hard time with it. So I definitely agree with you, Brent. I think you hit it nail on the head, spot on. It would be an insult for him to go out this way. And I've been saying it for a while now. I've been saying it, you know, this synopsis technically has been around longer than Rambo 4. You know, longer than Rambo 2008. This was one of the synopsises that could have been Rambo 4, Rambo 2008, Rambo self-titled. So, you know, it just, something doesn't add up. It just feels like, it's too fast. And it just kind of feels like an out. So that's why I'm really hoping that the amalgamation rumor is true, because if they're going to take a chance, it's the last one, at least go that way, you know? Like, I loved Rambo 4 to death, but, you know, I did miss the Goldsmith, a lot of those great Goldsmith cues I missed. I missed the over-the-top, you know, kind of action to it. It really did feel like First Blood, like the character from First Blood, and it kind of felt more like the setting from Rambo 2, and it kind of felt like the same kind of stage bridge of Rambo 3, if the first attempt, rescue attempt wasn't failed. You know what I mean? So, like even the end with the rebels coming in and Rambo getting shot, you know, in Rambo 3 gets shot, and, you know, maybe minus like that great tank finish that we saw in Rambo 3 where, me personally, I thought Rambo was dead at that point, but it's one of those things where I think subliminally Rambo 4, even with those rumors of Rambo was actually supposed to dismount that 50 caliber machine gun at the end and run around in the action fighting. I really do feel like Rambo 4 kind of summed it up, It was a great nod to the other films. There's a lot of clues in there. Like, there's really a lot of clues to other Rambo movies. A lot of nods, a lot of nostalgia that didn't come off full force on the surface. But when you look at it, it's got something for every Rambo movie fan. If you're a fan of Part 1, you'll like it because of this. If you're a fan of Part 2, you'll love it because of that. And if you're a fan of Part 3, you'll like it because of these reasons. So, I really did think it was the way to go. Rambo 4, he comes home, they don't kill him off, he has a chance, finally, at a decent life, after giving away, 30, 35, 40 years of his life, maybe 45 years. So, that's that. But, definitely, I don't think, even if they kill him off in the best way, I'm sure I'll love it, but I don't think everyone's going to appreciate it. I think a lot of people will say, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that. So that's kind of where I stand on that. And the critics, you know how I feel about the critics. Fuck the critics. We're actually going to do a special called Fuck 'em. And that is going to be directly aimed at the motherfucking critics. But, question number 9. The final question. Please feel free to add whatever other options, opinions, or questions, or theories you may have. I always love to hear what you have to say. Happy face. Thanks a million for coming on the show, my man. And Brent writes, I can't think of anything else to add at the time. Thanks for having me participate in this, and for having me on your show. I wish I could have done this with live audio, but I couldn't find a mic. And for what it's worth, maybe my answers were more cohesive and thought out this way. Thanks again, and here's to Rambo 5 being a huge success. Well, Brent, I thank you, man, 100 times over for coming on and doing this with us. And don't worry about the mic. You know what? We'll find a way to do it in the future. And this was definitely amazing to read. I love reading whenever you write to me, and it's just been a dream come true to be able to do this with you. I look forward to it every single time. So that's it for now. When we come back, we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing another Q&A like this with Wallace Lee. So, everybody, I hope you all have a great night. I hope everyone, is aligned with the stars and everything like that. And for me, too, this has been just a great week because it's like a year ago this week that the show was actually being built, Like, I remember doing the trailer for the show on Halloween. I built it the day of Halloween and posted it. It was either Halloween or Mad Night. It was one of those 2 days. And, I remember sitting there going, okay, we're going to do this in 12 episodes, and then realizing that there was no way I could do it in 12 episodes, that it was going to be, bigger, and it's just like, wow, going into it, like the first couple of months, realizing that it was going to be a longer show. Every week it just got longer and longer and longer. And I love, meeting everybody, like all these new people. And like Brent, wow, I can't imagine my life now without knowing Brent, Like, I can't imagine never getting the opportunity to meet Brent online and have these conversations that change my view on so many things and add so much like cooler things to the way I see things. And I just feel really fortunate that I get to make great friends with this show. Everybody out there, you're all great friends. Like, I love you, all of you guys. So, when we come back, once again, Wallace Lee, I want to give a really big thank you to Brent Whiteside for coming and coming on and doing this. I know that this this email with all this stuff in it here, with all the Q&A, it's been sitting here for weeks, you know, and Brent did it really quick. Like, I was trying to get everybody together for the RAMBOMANIA-thon. I was trying to you know, to catch up on episodes and trying to get everybody booked for RAMBOMANIA-thon. And Brent just jumped in like that. Brent was just like, bam, here you go. You know, like, I was like, wow. Like, I couldn't believe it. You know, it was like almost no scheduling. It was really cool. It was just really cool. And he's been really patient to wait for this to be uploaded. So, I'm sorry we didn't get to do RAMBOMANIA-thon. We will do it perhaps in about a month's time. I'm guessing somewhere around a month's time. Maybe 2 months, I'm not sure. Or maybe near the end of the season. But yeah, man, just like, wow. My #1 Rambo buddy. So, Brent, I love you, man. And everybody else, I love you guys too. And thank you for watching. You know, we'd be nothing without you. I'd be nothing without you. You guys at home, you make all the difference. And thank you for joining us down this long road that is RAMBOMANIA.